Rohingya issue is not a refugee issue. Rohingyas are victim of one of the worst genocide in the history of the world, I would say. And the 1 million or over 1 million fled to Bangladesh. They have taken refuge here. It is the duty of the international community to ensure that they go back to their homeland with dignity and security. For this, we are grateful to the international community, especially the United States of America, which has recently declared that it is a genocide, and among the big powers. The ICJ, in its ruling, at interim ruling, said that Rohingya issue, a genocide has been committed, and asked Myanmar not to commit further genocide on the remaining Rohingyas staying in the Rakhine state. Now, what is the solution? The solution, what we found out, I was regional administrator in Kosovo, and that is there was also a genocide was committed by the Milosevic forces, just like the military junta in Myanmar. The 5 million Albanian Muslims took refuge in Europe. The United Nations was created. There was a UN peacekeeping force and a political resolution of the conflict. A UN peacekeeping force was created with all the NATO forces. Then the Albanian Muslim refugees came back to Kosovo. No refugees, no victim of genocide goes back to the country without any security guarantees. So what we are doing is our diplomacy now should take this new opportunity after the Americans have declared this a genocide, among others, and the ICJ. We should now move for mobilizing international opinion to have two elements: to have a resolution passed in the UN Security Council, that is number one, to have peacekeeping force in Rakhine state, which will give them the security and they can go without fear. Number two, to address the underlying political problem, which is denial of the citizenship to the Rohingyas and treating them as second-class citizens. They have no rights, not even the right to free movement. So that's why there's a Kofi Annan report also saying the same thing, basically. So the Bangladesh diplomacy now has to go very proactive and mobilize the opinion of the big powers and the international community. It is said by some people that China might veto or Russia will veto. Now the thing is that China has the interest, but Bangladesh also can be destabilized. Bangladesh is also a friend of China. China has been telling Bangladesh not to join the Quad. They have warned us, if we join the Quad, it will have consequences. So we can also tell China that if you veto, it will have consequences for our. We should not be so docile. It's give and take. Relationship between two countries is based on reciprocity, dignity, and equality. So this China factor is being repeated like a parrot. So that is paralysis. We cannot reward genocide. That was the UN resolution in Kosovo, the lessons of Kosovo and other places. We will not reward genocide. So now it's the time to solve this problem. Otherwise, we can go on and pleading to everybody, asking the Rohingyas to go back, saying that in the Rakhine state there is a rebel group, we must negotiate with them. Yeah, we can negotiate with everyone inside. But first of all, the international community must ensure that the Rohingyas should go back after putting a UN security force in Rakhine state and addressing the Kofi Annan report, implementing the report, of giving them citizenship right like any other country. I think this is the opportunity, and I hope that Bangladesh diplomacy will be proactive and call a spade, have the courage to call a spade. Otherwise, this docile and passive diplomacy will not work. We'll be saddled with 1.5 million Rohingyas, and this can destabilize Bangladesh. We have to be very, very proactive. Thank you very much.